Sorry, guys. I know. A little disappointing. We heard the name Kanin, right? We got really excited. We're like, this is for sure going to be an alpha male. A man named after a weapon? Fortunately not. No, my name is actually spelled with a K, so all that means is it's Filipino for rice. Like when I was born, the doctor looked at me and they're like, what do you want to call him? And they're like, I don't know. He's small and white. All right, let's call him Rice. I don't know. I mean, I can't even complain, though. There's, like, worse names, right? They could have named me anything. I mean, they could have named me, like, Trevor, you know? They could have looked at me as a baby and been like, this boy looks like he wants to wear his hat backwards and talk about stacking pallets. So I moved to Halifax about 2 years ago. I moved here with my girlfriend. It was a magical place when I moved here, guys. This is a magical place. You don't know, it's beautiful. But I mean, as you do when you move somewhere, what do? You break up. That's what you do when you move somewhere with someone. You break up. And I mean, even the breakup was magical here, though, because when we broke up, she moved to this place, this wonderful place. It was called Tantaleon. Yeah, the magic wore off when I found out it was pronounced Tantalon. So then I tried something new, right? I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna date a Halifax local, a real Helgonian, a goth girl that works at Dollarama. Kind of girl that draws on her eyebrows. That's fun. Don't you love when emotions are up for artistic interpretation? I was worried, though. I was worried from the start of that relationship. I thought it might be unhealthy because I always put her on a pedestal, you know? I love this girl. I put her on a pedestal. That's because sometimes I'd wake up next to her and her eyebrows would be wiped off. And I'd think to myself, did I just make love to the lizard queen? And I thought this was all fun. I thought this was all gonna be a good joke until one day we got in an argument and she wiped off her eyebrows. The worst part about that is I knew she was never over the fight because it stayed like that for a week. I don't know, guys. Maybe the only thing I really love, though, is comedy. I don't know. I'm starting to realize that the only thing I really love is comedy. I used to go to school, right? I used to go to university. And when I was in school, all my friends, they'd brag about weird things. They're always going on about weird things. They're always like, oh, I made the dean's list. I made the dean's list. Then, like, the second I made the Craigslist, not even a high five. So what did I do? What do you do when you drop out of school? You get a job, right? You get a job in a call center. That's what we do here in Halifax. Start working at a call center. I was working at Bell, right? I was selling home security. And I was really good at selling home security, too. They just didn't like how I did it. Because apparently, when they say, I don't need home security, you're not supposed to go, I do know where you live. I don't know, so I lost that job, so then what do? You sit at home, right? You get EI, and you write poetry. You collect EI and get poetry. And I always wrote poems. One of my favorite poems of all has always been Footprints in the Sand, you know? When there was one set of footprints, it was the Lord carrying me. But when there was two sets of footprints, well, I just drank too much, put shoes on my hand, and crab walked down the beach. I don't know, guys, it's just tricky, this whole thing. Because, you start working at other places, right? I tried to find a new job after that. I started working at this place. It was this dispensary, surprisingly, guys. Surprisingly, I worked at a dispensary. Well, it's hard to believe from a man in a button-up paisley shirt. I don't know if you guys notice, I like to complain a lot, man. I love complaining about life, but there's nothing to complain about in a dispensary. Every now and then, someone would, they'd trash talk Joni Mitchell, and I'd have to go, no medicine for you. I mean, working in a dispensary was my favorite way to tell girls I'm pre-med, but what can you do? I mean, there was one major side effect of the job, though. Like, every now and then I'd be, like, sober for 2 hours, and I'd be terrified when I'd blink and my eyes would fall the full distance. Startling. I don't know, guys. I love being in Nova Scotia during this time, too, because it's an interesting time. Because, I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but the government here is going to start selling cannabis. They're going to start selling weed here. That's fun. It's fun because they're bragging about stupid things already. Like the NSLC here, they're already saying stuff like, oh, we're going to have a $20 million surplus, guys. A $20 million surplus in the drug industry. Guys, $20 million in the drug industry is like getting a Tim's card for Christmas. It's not worth very much. Even worse is the government's going to be running things for commercials. They're spending money on commercials. Has the NSLC ever needed a commercial? Have they ever been like, do you know where you can get a drink? Like, what are these commercials even going to be? Hey, guys. It's me, Stephen McNeil. I don't know if you heard, but we got that good dope. Proud message from the Liberal government. Thanks, guys. That's been my time. You have a great night.